So, this stream will actually be in English, because I think that the audience's stream is aimed towards might be more English speaking than German, but that's just my personal opinion. Yeah, so F1 Challenge 9902 in 2021. Yes, we will also drive this with the lovely Simucube 2 Pro.
30 minutes left of the session.
And we will also have some Heusinkveld pedals. And we will have a 32:9 screen, so a super ultrawide. And yes, this is all working fine with F1 Challenge, even in this year. It took like 1 week of tweaking. Actually not so much, but just like I fiddled around with the config files for like 1 week in total now, I think. But also did some additional things to which weren't really necessary, like adding high resolution mirrors, for example. Yada yada. So the most important thing, of course, was changing the FOV to something acceptable, something mathematically calculated, so the FOV please doesn't jinx you. That worked just fine. Actually, that was very easy. Just one file to edit. I then needed to move the seating position a bit lower and a bit further back, so I can see the whole of the steering wheel, because if you've played F1C in the past, you might remember that the LCD on the wheel is actually used like a HUD, because the in-game HUD doesn't scale nicely with 32:9 or 32:9, I think it is. So I've done that as well. Next problem was getting acceptable force feedback with the direct drive wheel, which would be able theoretically to output like 25 Newton meters of torque. It's now down to, I think, 12, and that's absolutely playable, but I also need to change some stuff in the PLR file of my player profile, so the force feedback feels kinda modern, I'd say. F1C always had a bit of weird physics going on, going over curbs and off throttle, but that's actually quite manageable now. Next thing I needed to do was making sure I got some working keys on the steering wheel, because it just recognized the two shifting pedals of my Ascher Racing F28. So the only buttons I had was these two suckers here, and I think from the two head switches you can only push them upwards. Yikes. So I've got something... I tried to get joy to key working. That didn't go as planned. Didn't work as I wanted it to do. But now I'm using a software called Anti-Micro, which is basically doing the same thing. But yeah, that's working. And I think that's pretty much it. Steering is limited to 240 degrees. So just like the game, the only thing you need to do is make sure that you get a bit of the steering lock down, which we will actually do right now. So default is 20. I prefer it to 17.5 or 18 depending on the track. As this is Imola, we will drive 17.5. We've also upped the brake pressure a bit now. because Heusinkveld's taken off brake pressure themselves. Got the rev limit just a bit to hear those sweet V10s sing. Something like that. That'll do. The only problem, like I said, is that the menus and the HUD doesn't work the way they should be. As you can see, you can't really see a lot of it. That's just down to the game being stretched across the whole screen. No chance to change that, I'm afraid. But yeah, other than that, I think we're good to go to drive an outlap. Just to see if everything is working, because sometimes the force feedback seems to be getting stuck. Thanks, mate. So as you can see, we have a workable FOV. I'm actually seeing like this much next to the mirrors, so that's nice. We can glance quick left, quick right. We have a neutral button. We have working clutch. So let's go out really quickly here. Force feedback is working fine, it seems. So let's see how that goes. So yeah, it drives really nice. I gotta admit, didn't expect that. But it's a totally working simulator still, even for this year, which is really nice. We're getting a blue flag. Let's let the guy behind us pass. There's just something about this era of Formula 1. Maybe it's because I grew up with it, but gosh, look at those cars. Look at the arrows there. So we will be doing a 50% race on Imola in the Minardi of Mark Webber. I think it's a PS02. Minardi Asiatech. We do have fuel and tire scaling on, so they will be consumed by a factor of 2, which would mean that we will probably need to do a 2-stop, just like in the normal race. AI is scaled to 94 or 95, I'm not sure. But yeah, I'm not up to 100% yet. I haven't played this game properly in a very long time. Must have been like 10 years or something. I mean, I've done a video on driving with the Dragon Force GT in the summer. That was just a quick race, and I didn't really get into the game back then. Yeah, but that's it. And as you can see, this is very much working as it should be. So let's just follow the arrows until the end of the lap to practice the pit entrance. We won't be running any qualifying session or something because, well, time's quite limited this evening and still wanted to get this live stream out. Something that is actually catching me off guard is that the game doesn't have any double shift protection, so sometimes it happens that the car goes down 2 gears, which is kind of bad if you're going down to Aqua Minerali. Suddenly not in 4th gear but in 3rd gear, you're at 18,000 revs while the car just wants to do like 17,000. So yeah, I'm not sure how much on pace we are compared to the AI, but oh, Ben Aldi's also going into the pit. Well, thank you. Look at those cars! Look at the fucking Jaguar. So yeah, it's working just fine. Now we just need to figure out what kind of pit strategy we want to run. We can actually skip this session, I think. So just skip straight into the race. We're starting P19, which means we are the better qualified Minardi. Our teammate Alex Young is starting from P22. We have Benaldi in the arrows behind us, as well as De La Rosa, who was driving in. Let me just check. Oh, I can't because I don't have the key map for that. Well, great. I think he was in the jack back then. I could be wrong though. Whatever. Do we know how long this race will be? 31 laps. So let's see, we could go with one stop, but I think it's cleverer to go with a two stop. So 31. So that would mean we need to do like 10 laps per stint. We could also one stop, I guess. But that might cost a lot of time, so let's see. Let's make the first stint actually sending me 9 laps. Maybe we can make it 12. So then we want to stop at lap 12. Let's actually do like let's just calculate this. So if we start on the hards, maybe not wets, not monsoon tires, but we want to start on the hard tire. And we drive. Can we make it 15 maybe? Or how much fuel would go in the car then? I mean, we can top it off. But then we lack any competitiveness whatsoever. So we could drive hard, soft, soft. And refuel for like, what is it missing? 16 laps. Okay, let's just not go 15, but let's go 14. 14. So 104 liters starting fuel. Then we'll change to the softs. 9 and 9, 18. Yeah, that should do. 14 plus 18 is 32, right? So it would be 14 laps on the hard tires with a lot of fuel, hoping to get through traffic and avoid them after the stops. Go onto the soft tires then and drive to blisteringly fast stint. I'm not sure how the car handles with that much fuel actually. Oh, how long the tires last? Maybe the hards won't even last 14 laps. I don't know. If they don't, we can still change strategy from the LCD screen of the car, which is a bit finicky if you try to change stuff around while you're driving, but we'll manage, I guess. So, 14 laps, 9 laps, 9 laps, hard, soft, soft. Restarting P19. Let's enjoy the animation of the starting grid, which will probably look even worse on your screen because I have double the size of screen available. We have 17 degrees ambient, 23 track.
Hello there.
Let's see how it goes.
Welcome to San Marino. The weather, as so often is the case here, is just wonderful.
It really is. Well, as you can tell, the FOV here is also a bit borked. And I'm sure you can probably just see
Schumacher first.
the Ferraris barely.
Barrichello
Barely.
second. Schumacher third. Juan Pablo Montoya
Look at
fourth.
those cars.
Kimi Raikkonen fifth. David Coulthard
Look
sixth.
at those friggin' cars.
Nick Heidfeld seventh. Trulli eighth.
2002, of course, was the first year
Jenson
of the
Button,
Works Random
ninth.
team back then.
Jack Villeneuve 10th. Philippe Massa 11th. Olivier Panis 12th. Branson 13th. Takuma Sato
We still had Jordan
14th.
back then.
Fisichella 15th.
Toyota was just in the second season,
Mika
actually.
Salo 16th. Alan McNeish 17th. Eddie Irvine 18th.
Love those jacks.
The Minardi driver 19th.
Yeah, that's us.
Bernaldi 20th. Pedro de la Rosa 21st. Alex Young couldn't quite match the pace of his teammate. He starts 22nd.
So starting the race might actually be a bit more difficult than you might imagine, because the AI always has a perfect launch. You have this launch control feature of the car, but that's really slow. And the AI stars are very much perfect, so they probably hit me from behind. Oh, now I don't have any force feedback, so we need to restart. Like I said, sometimes it gets stuck, so... But now it should work the way it's intended to. Yeah, it is. So let's go. First lap we'll take it a bit easy on the AI because they're really not that capable then. So we'll give them a bit of a chance to sort themselves out, and then come lap 2 we will be just a bit more aggressive. As you could tell, they are very slow. Just need to make sure they don't run to the Jordan there. Of course, it's all very bunched up right now. Up the hill, look at those polygons on the track. Mesh resolution really wasn't measured in centimeters back then in sim racing. And still the AI is a bit slow, but I think they are picking up the speed now. Just did those V10s, mate. Your curves are a bit unfriendly in this game. I think for now we should also pick up the pace, otherwise we will lose train. A little more left of this. Move forward. Now on, I guess I won't restart if we crash or something, which could, of course, very much happen. So F1 Challenge was actually like the sim racing game I started with back then. I think it was around like 2008, 2009. I think it was 2008 actually. So Guy's not really need to pick up the speed to catch Sato. But I mean, he's in a Jordan with a Minardi, so P15 is quite fine actually already. So I remember back then being very frustrated about the last official Formula 1 game being released on the PlayStation 3. I think it was in 2006 from Sony, Formula 1 Championship Edition. And afterwards, while they still had the license, they didn't release any Formula 1 game whatsoever. And this was the origins of YouTube, of course, back then, 2008, like I said. And then I saw a video of somebody driving 2008 Formula 1 cars in a game. And so I read up on it, and it was the F1 Mania 2008 mod back then, which looking back probably was very shitty, but I went ahead, bought a gamepad for the game, because I didn't have any input controllers for the PC then. Downloaded the game, or rather bought the game, I think actually. Yeah, and that's how I got started in sim racing actually. And then when Codemasters finally released the first multi-platform Formula 1 game in 2010, I was very shocked by the physics. So that's how I stayed in Sims, and yeah, here we are like 11 years later. From 2010, of course. I can't quite match his pace, to be honest. Curbs are unsettling the car quite a bit. So we are splitting the Jordans right now. The AI does have a flaw in the sense that they don't really try to overtake you. Maybe it's due to not being at 100% or having them at like 70% aggression. But they don't really pull out of the slipstream and try to overtake or something, but rather just stay behind you, which is a shame. GP4 was, or the whole Grand Prix series actually was quite a bit better in that regard. But yeah, Physico is closing up on us. Also, I'm of course still getting used to the handling after such a long time, as I outbrake myself into the hairpin here. I think if we just would stay off the curves, that would gain us like a second lap. Let's try to get into the zone here so we can start chasing down Sato again. Car's getting a bit lighter now. We're still at like 75 liters. As I will lose the car into the grill, almost. Now he's 1.5 seconds ahead, wow. So let's try to stay off the curbs, or at least attack them in a more friendly manner. But yeah, car is still very understeery. We're of course on the hard still. Oh, that was a double downshift. He's still 0.5 seconds behind us. But he doesn't try. Poor guy. So this game, of course, also was kind of the predecessor to R Factor, the original one. It was basically the predecessor to R Factor 2, which we have still to this day. All developed by Image Space Incorporated, although F1C wasn't their first game. I think they started with F1 games for EA back in 2000. But I never played any of those. Thank you for the like, whoever that was. Hope you're enjoying the stream. started running in 14. And she's also running away from us pretty much. The good old Minardi just doesn't have no pace in it. Or maybe I'm just too tired to wring it out of it, but it really depends on which car you drive in this game. I mean, we can see that we're gaining very much on him here. Touch the curb on exit. I hope you guys didn't expect any overtaking whatsoever in this stream. Which obviously won't happen. Rico is really right behind us, but don't even dare to try. I really do wonder when the AI is going to pit, if they all like follow the same strategy. Oh, I just remembered that I need to request a pit stop here. Not sure which button that was. Was this one? Yeah, it was. Maybe, just maybe, we can produce a bit more of pace on the soft and with a lighter car. Good old traction control, stopping the car from spinning around on the exit. Just dumping on the throttle. I mean, that probably doesn't help with pace as well. Probably faster if I would be more gentle with it. Okay, so one of the salvers will be coming in, it seems. I'm not sure if they like have different strategies or if they all follow the same. It seems like only salvers getting ready. I wonder who's in the lead. Is it Barrichello or Schumacher? It's only like 4 laps until we have to pit as well. We're getting a bit closer, I think. Right on the edge. I think first is working better there compared to second gear. So Sauber seems to be the only team in the class field again.
Already in the pits.
Ah, Jordan is ready, so we either goodbye to Tickle in front or Giancarlo in the rear of us. Still wonder if we made the right choice with starting on hard. Whoops. Good old Takuma going into the pit there caught me out, I think. Someone for that. Dang it! Well, that was going well until then. Three stop? Blimey. Sure about that? Why would you three stop? I guess now we're in some kind of void until we pit ourselves. Let's check really quickly, when are we going to pit? Pit at 14, so not next lap, but the one after. And it seems like everybody's coming into the pits now. Yeah. It was Jano's first year at Renault back then. Teammate to Jensen Button. This displacement with Jordan was physical in front. Who switched over from Benton back then.
Jordan, already in the pits.
I think they switched seats, right? I think we're coming on this lap. So we need to make sure to because the pit stop so the crew is ready. As indicated by the green LED on the steering wheel ignited now. Why do you think they're on the street stop? It's already almost half distance of the race.
Already in the pits. VAR, already in the pits.
So, tires still seem to be fine actually. If you can trust these graphs, but I don't know what they mean, so... These bars rather, on the wheel. So pit this lap, pit confirm. Oh, poor Jensen. Whoa!
About 5 seconds ahead.
Uh,
You're running 10. Truly.
wait a second, we're not around.
About 5 seconds behind.
Almost lost the car. Whoops. Where was that guy coming from? Why was he closing in so fast? Oh, we have Massa right on the tail as well. And it's Takuma Sato again. But let's see if we are any match on the softs. At least we're in the slipstream now.
Walter is unable to continue. He's retired in sector 1.
I wonder what happened with poor old Jensen there.
Just put up the fastest lap of the race.
Crashed in the pit lane, it seems. Maybe hit another car. Unsafe release. Who's to blame? I don't know.
Panis is going into the pit.
We still have cars pitting actually.
Olivier Panis has just put up the fastest lap of the race.
Yeah, I do think we have a bit more performance in the car now that we are on the softs.
Minardi already in the pit. Ferrari already in the pit.
Not here yet.
Sato is running 13.
We can
It's
try now.
right in front of you. You're running 14.
Like I said, the
Running 15. It's right
AI
behind
is a
you.
bit slow in terms of fighting for position. But maybe that's down to the difficulty setting there on. Wow, Giancarlo is almost 11 seconds in front now.
Has been hit by Alex Young. De La Rosa has lost his rear wing.
That does sound like...
Michael Schumacher is in the pits now.
Oh, let's see what...
Schumacher has just put up the fastest lap of the race. Schumacher is entering the pit.
And we know that. Let's hope he doesn't lose any parts of his car because he crashes into another car in the pit lane. I think there was some kind of AI bug in the pit lane at Imola. Could be wrong though. So let's try to turn the advantage of the soft into a bit of gap reduction. Of course, 11 seconds is a bit much too close, maybe. At least in this car. But we just took half a second out of Giancarlo, so we'll see. Or did we actually?
Heusinkveld is running 12. About 10 seconds ahead. You're running 13. Sato is running 14. It's right behind you. Jaguar already in the pit. Williams already in the pit. McLaren already in the pit.
Of course, it's all the short stint again. Oh, this game also had rain back then.
Juan Pablo Montoya is going into the pit.
Back then, like every Formula 1 game had rain.
Raikkonen has lost his front wing. Raikkonen has lost the wheel.
What's going on there? How has Kimi now lost the wheel? If it continues like that, I guess we will end up in the points maybe. Because 2002, I think, was the first year of the new point system, so not only top 6 but rather top 8
Ferrari
gets a point.
already in the pit. Raikkonen is running 12. Less than 3 seconds ahead.
I mean, if Raikkonen really lost the wheel, I don't think he's running much longer there.
Sato is running 14. Less than 3 seconds behind. the fastest lap of the race. Raikkonen has retired in sector 1.
Yeah, that was to be expected.
David Coulthard is entering the pits.
So gap to physical is coming down a bit, but not by much to be honest. Half a second per lap is okay, but the gap is still 9 seconds, so it will take us 18 laps by now.
Heusinkveld is running 11, about 10 seconds ahead.
So we're pitting on pit 23, yeah, of course.
About 3 seconds behind.
I'm just curious about what happened to the Dorans, because
McNish has hit Enrique Bernaldi.
is that like the 5th collision of Bernaldi this race? So we I think Sato must have been in the pits or something. I mean, he's already 15 seconds? 16? No, it's not a pit stop. What happened to him?
Spinning sector 3, watch for the yellow flags.
A lot going on this race actually, but we can't see any of it so far.
Relief Massa is unable to continue. He's retired in sector 3. Chad Villeneuve has been hit by Nick Heidfeld.
Well, at least not from Bernaldi.
Nick Heidfeld has lost his front wing. Jordan already in the pits.
And honestly, if it... whoa! That's a wheel. That's another wheel.
Running 9, about 10 seconds ahead. You're running 10. Heidfeld is running 11, about 3 seconds behind. Takuma Sato is going into the pits. Villeneuve has retired in sector 3.
I think it's due to the pit entrance bug that they're crashing over so. Villeneuve's car just standing around there, which is actually like accurate for the time period of Formula 1 then.
About 10 seconds ahead. You're running 10. Bernaldi is running 11, about 1 minute behind.
Wow, a 1 minute gap to the car behind. Which is Bernaldi, fucking Bernaldi, who hit like... and has been hit by like 8 cars, I think, by now. Oops.
Already in the pits. truly is entering the pits.
It seems like they just leave the car standing there for this race.
Truly is running 9, about 5 seconds ahead. You're running 10. Renault is running 11, about 1 minute behind. Ferrari already in the pits. Williams already in the pits.
I wonder if there's more carnage this wave of pit stops, because that would, or might actually catapult us to the top 8. And we're running P10, I think. Between the pit stops of the current standings.
Is going into the pits.
So we're putting this lap as well.
You're running 9. Truly is running 10, about 5 seconds behind. McLaren already in the pits. Toyota already in the pits. Jordan already in the pits. Pit crew ready.
Why are we gaining so much time on physical now?
David Coulthard is entering the pits.
Oh, that's just the low fuel light blinking there.
Alan McNish has hit Enrique Bernaldi.
Yep, even more carnage.
Has lost his rear wing.
I think that's the end for Enriquez blinking then.
About 5 seconds ahead.
There's
You're
physical.
running 7. Panis is running 8. Less than
Both
3
Toyotas
seconds
retired as well.
behind.
Come on, guys. Come on. I want to catch physical. Let's go.
Williams already in the pits.
We have like 8 laps, I think, remaining.
Barry Kelly is in the pits now. Barry Kelly has just put up the fastest lap of the race.
So let's freaking go.
Montoya has hit Michael Schumacher. Michael Schumacher has lost his rear wing. There's a spinning sector
That's
3.
poor.
Watch for the yellow flag.
Bernaldi running without us rear wing.
Arrows already in the pits.
Did you really just drive a whole lap with that car? But at least we're closer to physical now. Just love his name. Can you imagine a more Italian name? A name which is more Italian than Giancarlo Fisichella. Ah, what a great era of Formula 1.
Running 9. Less than 3 seconds ahead.
Come on, let's get him.
You're running 10.
Yeah, and I hope they will retire the car. I'm wondering where Sato is at.
Ferrari, already in the pits. Schumacher is going into the pits.
C might still be set a bit high, but better have that than spinning out again.
Is running 9. Less than
1.3
seconds
as
ahead.
compared to 1.7 in the lap before.
Running 10.
Hi Summit, I just read your comment. Well, I never played F1 Career Challenge, but problem is that I think F1 Career Challenge is really a sim racer or sim racing title, so yeah, as a sim racer, that's some title I would like to play. I think it's pretty much the same as F1C actually, but yeah, the handling is a bit different, and it's on console only, which will render the sole affair of setting up the old game for 2021 hardware totally obsolete. Just 0.8 now. Before that, we are still standing there.
Heusinkveld is running 8. Is right in front of you. You're running 9.
Schumacher is retired, or is in the pits now? Not because of the dashes next to his name. The idea is coming a bit to play now. Overtaking Formula 1 was very, very difficult back then. I am, as most are, very nostalgic about this area, but the racing wasn't great.
Heusinkveld is running 8. Is right in front of you.
I think we'll just get like 1 or 2 chances, but soon when we are on the... Actually the pass for the point, is it? Or the final one? Yeah, now we're close. Just need to find a good spot. Just double check that the car is running on enough fuel. Yeah, it is. It seems like they retired Schumacher from the race as well. Maybe from the collision with Montoya, I don't know. Does that actually mean that every car behind us is now retired? Which would make us effectively last? What are you saying? Come on! A lot of laps remaining now. Stop the car there. Just need to get next to him. We'll put up a fight, I guess. Let's say to it, actually. Is Sato in the split? Well, I don't know. He was behind us at one point. It really seems like we are the effectively last car because everyone else DNF now. We just have 2 laps remaining to get in front of the Jordan. So let's give it all. Thanks for watching, whoever came in. Hi Robert. Yeah, this game really has a special place in my heart. This was like the first sim racing title I played back then, and I loved it to death. And it still plays really well with modern hardware actually, so yeah, running flawless. I'm even intrigued to stream like a whole season, be it 50% or 100% race length, but that does take a lot of commitment to do. Or you just spread it across like 3 years in real life. I really need to get going with the pass because next lap is the last one. Oh come on! I want a point! I do wonder about that arrows in front even. Must be Frentzen then. Because Benoldi was missing zeroing at some point. Let's give it all this lap. Come on. No fucking chance.
Schumacher has finished second. Juan Pablo Montoya has finished in
Well,
position.
so much for that.
Cobra
That
has finished
probably
fourth.
means we will finish in this position. But at least you tried though. Should have done that launch at an earlier stage.
Well done, you finished ninth.
So, 9th place it seems to be. behind Heusinkveld, which we tried to overtake for the last... Yeah, actually, like, since he passed us when we spun. But after we got the gap down to like under a second, the dirty air was just making the car miserable to drive. Oh well, could have worked out, I guess. But I mean, it wasn't even 100% of AI strength, so nothing to get hyped about. But it was good fun though. So another tweak I did to the PLR file was, I think it's called no AI control, which means that AI never does take control of your car, because normally after you cross the finish line on the final lap, it just takes over and the race ends. But as a sim racer, of course, that's unrealistic, right? I want to go to the pits myself. So, yeah. Time to pull to the pits and look at stretch menu screens again. I guess P9 in the minority is absolutely fine. I think we started P20. Although it does seem like everybody else retired behind us. Although we had, like, quite a good pace, I think. Yeah, seems like everybody's home ready. Wow. I mean, some cars do look really borked. Look at that Renault there. I hope you can see it. Yeah, that's borked. So, yeah.
That was
Beam me up, Scotty.
absolutely breathtaking San Marino Grand Prix. Here are the final results. Rubens Barrichello first. Ralf Schumacher second. Montoya third. David Coulthard fourth. Panis fifth. Trulli sixth. The Minardi driver ninth.
Yeah, so, I'll just really quickly, I'm not sure if the stream picks it up, but we are indeed the final car finishing the race. So, cars which DNF'd: Salo in the Toyota, Irvine in the Jag, Button in the Renault, Jung in the second Minardi, also DNF'd, De La Rosa in the second Jag, DNF'd. Poor old Raikkonen had an accident, it seems. I think it was in the pit lane. Massa also had an accident, so he DNF'd. Villeneuve, Heusinkveld, Sato, McNish, Bernoldi, which we saw without a rearing, obviously, and Michael Schumacher, all DNF'd. Which, yeah, let's us end the race in P9. Just shy of 5 seconds behind Heusinkveld there. Which is a shame, because we really had the pace to get him, which would have meant a point for the Minardi team, but yeah. No freaking chance. So, I guess it's a good time to end the stream here then. Thanks for watching. It seems like a bunch of people actually tuned in, like 4, which never usually happens. So, thanks to everybody, and goodbye.